welcome back to my channel. My name is Kabane and I'm the fantasy fiction author of the Kendrick series. I'm from South Africa and I've been taking people through the past 2 videos of how to get their own book self-published. My first video covered how to write your manuscript and the second video covered the ISBN and getting the cover of your book done. In this video, I will be covering how to get your book formatted. In this video, I will be showing you how to get your book formatted. Now remember, in order for you to always stay connected, comment, share, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button so that you're informed every time I upload a video. In this way, you won't miss a single video of the series, right? Okay, I'm gonna take you through what formatting is. Now remember, you've got your manuscript that's already edited and is ready, right? You've got now your cover page, your cover of the book that has been done by your graphic designer or whoever has designed your book. It's there and it's all in PDF format, right? So now what you need to do is to put these 2 things together to be able to make this. Now this is called formatting. This is when the book, your manuscript and as well as your cover page are then merged together to create an actual book. And there's certain industry standards that you need to follow. So for me, what I did is I went on Fiverr because, again, Fiverr saved me. I had no idea what on earth formatting was. So the first thing you need to do when you're going to consider formatting your book is, what size do you want it to be? There's different sizes. You find on Amazon, there's going to be maybe in inches. In South Africa, we'll use centimeters, right? But I'll cover that at a later stage, right? So I decided to make mine as 6x9 because if I had made this any shorter, it had become even bigger. So I decided to make it a little longer. So basically you need to decide how long, the dimensions of your book, what they should be. So I went to the 6x9, right? So when I am talking to my formatter, I am going to say, I need my book to be a 6x9 type of book. I need it to be a paperback and I need an ebook. So what I did was I went to Fiverr and I got someone who formatted my books. He has formatted the past 2 books that I wrote. I will write his link below because he gave me absolute great service and was not actually exhausted at all when I kept saying something this. He did it properly. So what is formatting? Formatting is what your book is gonna look like in the end. So now I had my cover page, right? I had my manuscript, and then this is not a book, it's 2 things. So I gave them to this guy and he formatted them, and this is what he did, right? So if you see the first page of my book, he took my cover and put this right there. I didn't even know this was possible, and put it right there. This is the logo of my cover. He did this and he put it right there and basically put the book right there. And then I have my dedication page. Now if you look here on this side, there is the copyright section. I think you've seen in many books there is this. I think by default anything you've written basically is copyrighted in the sense that it was yours, but this helps to just affirm that the book is yours. And if you notice, I put in my ISBN right there as well, both for the ebook and for the paperback. And I then went on to acknowledge the people that illustrated my book, that formatted it, and that went into doing the cover. You don't have to do that, but I prefer to do that because these are the people that helped me make this book as you know what it is right now. So the formatter basically, I had a dedication page. You choose what to put in the dedication page, and then you'll see there's blank pages. This is all part of formatting because I think it depends on the number of pages that you have and how it should balance and so forth. And then this page is where they put in sort of the synopsis of the book. this is my illustrated cover. And then when I went to chapter 1, this is what he had done for me. He put this as well. So you'll find this throughout my entire book, right? So in my whole book, you'll find that every chapter there is this, right? So that's what he did. So there's formatting that has to be done in terms of this. There are videos that show you how to do this on the internet, but I found that it's actually better to just get someone who knows what they're doing, because there's many things you're gonna miss out. Like what I said, this may seem like something small to you, but this actually changed my book. So I absolutely love this. He did this. So basically this person puts the book together for you, but you have to decide, like, if you're going to upload it on Amazon, for instance, there's certain requirements. So do you want your paper to be cream? Do you want your paper to be white? Remember, the things like the fonts and so on, those things are very important to when you're deciding on your book. And then, so what basically I did is I had that formatted, it was put together, and then this person was able to then give me 2 documents in the end. He gave me an ebook and he gave me a PDF version of basically the manuscripts that had been formatted, and then he gave me a formatted cover, because remember, the cover itself has to be formatted as well. So all these things are covered. Now the reason formatting is important is, if you notice in a book, there's the space over here, there's the space over here, right? And these are the margins basically, and you need to get those accurate, otherwise your book is gonna look strange. Also, if you realize, books are rarely ever justified per se. If you notice, this sentence started here, and then this one now starts over here. So it's just a flow. They create the flow of how the book should feel and how the final product will look. So that is the formatter. So I spoke to the formatter and he formatted my book, and he did that for me, and then he gave me these 2 documents, right? So basically what happens after I've formatted my book? The book is now formatted. Here I am with the EPUB version, here I am with the PDF version. What is next? Now you've got your book formatted. Now I think the one thing you need to take into consideration is, where do you plan to release your book? Where do you plan to sell it? Because that determines the formatting that you need. So if you're going to sell it on places like Amazon, then there's certain requirements that Amazon has for your book, for your ebook, as well as for your paperback, right? So your book must be formatted to be able to be uploaded onto these sites. There's many videos on the internet that show you how to set up a KDP account. Now, what is Amazon KDP? Amazon basically has a section for self-published authors, where basically you can upload your ebook and you can upload your paperback. The reason I said the formatting is important is, when you get to Amazon, it asks you what color is your paper. So if your paper is cream, you say cream. Is it bleed or is there no bleed? You will always want to have bleed when you do your paperback, because that's basically the margins on the side, so that it doesn't cut it off. So you always choose bleed. But like I said, the videos that explain it to you, and then those videos are basically going to explain how to set up your account, and as well as I'll tell you the tags later on at a later stage. So you can set up your KDP account, or you can go to places like Ingram Spark that has a wider distribution, and you can set up your account there. With Amazon, it's free to upload your book. With places like Ingram Spark, even though it's wider the distribution, it has a cost per month that you pay off, right? So what do you do now? Now, Amazon KDP before, you can actually set up your book for pre-order, or you can set it up for release immediately. Now, what is pre-order? Pre-order is when you've done all those processes, and let's say maybe you're done by May, but you want to release your book in August. So you put your book up for pre-order, and within that period, maybe you're marketing your book. So it tells the people that the book is only coming out in August, but you can start putting in your pre-orders right now. So basically what you have is people buying your book in advance instead of just releasing it. But you can also do the option of just releasing the book, right? So you release it immediately and then market afterwards. For me, I sort of did the pre-order thing and then I did the marketing. But with book one, things were very different because I knew very little of the industry. And as a result, I did not really have the pre-order function as it should be, and I ended up releasing the book by mistake immediately instead of pre-order. So the videos that you can find on YouTube will show you how to do that. So that is for specific. So now that you formatted your book, you need to then get yourself a printer. You need to get the copies printed. Now, if you're in South Africa, there's certain things that you need to take into consideration, right? Books have to look and feel a certain way. They need to meet a certain standard for them to make it onto the bookshelves in bookshops, right? So with the first one, it was a little different, and if you can see, the spine is very stretched. The resolution was quite low, which is why I had to redesign it and make it different. Unfortunately, I don't have the one that has been fixed, but nonetheless, this is what the second one looks like. If you realize, nothing is stretched, nothing is pixelated. So there's a certain market industry that the book has to fit. So you can't just print anywhere. Now, I wish I had known about this market industry thing before I printed 50 copies. Remember, like I said, I printed only 50 because I thought no one's gonna buy it. So I printed 50 copies of this. It had a few typos. It was stretched. It wasn't properly, market industry and all of that. And I wish I'd known that before, and I didn't. So I printed 50 copies of these and I sold them, shame to my dedicated friends, Facebook friends and people that know me, and they bought this copy despite its flaws. But I wish I had known. As a result, that's why I went back and then I redid it. And if you can see with the second book, this one is very different now. There's no stretched spine. The resolution is different. The feel is different. And even this copy, based on where it was printed, the original copies, the papers were different, the feel, the look, even the stitching, even the glue wasn't the right one, the market one. Because remember, you can have a book and then a person is turning a page and then whoop, the page flies out because it's not properly put together, right? So that's why it's important to find the proper printer. Now that printer, you then decide on what exactly you want your book to be like. Normally they know the industry requirements of a book, right? So the printer that you find, I'm not gonna send you to any printers. I don't want to do that. You can use any printer, but there's many printers such as Novus, such as Digital Action and so on. You find that when you print with certain printers, your books have a higher chance of going into places like Take-A-Lot because they know that they meet the industry standard. So for instance, my books were printed by Digital Action that is based in Cape Town. And because of that, my books were then on the right market standard and market quality to sort of reach Take-A-Lot and be sold there. So you see, what I did is I attempted Take-A-Lot, for instance. Sorry, if you're not from South Africa, you probably don't know what Take-A-Lot is. Take-A-Lot is our biggest online selling platform. It's an e-commerce platform like Amazon. So that's where you want to sell your stuff to make it easily accessible to anyone who uses e-commerce, right? So when I first attempted to get my first book into Take-A-Lot, they said no because didn't meet the standard because it wasn't printed properly. But when I switched up on the printers and I was able to get the proper standard, they approved me. But at that point, I didn't need their approval. And I will tell you why in the next video. Because after you've got this, you don't just go into a bookshop and you're like, hi, put my book on the bookshelf. There's processes, and I will tell you what those processes are in the next video. So I will take you through that process of how to then get your book that is now completed, that is now ready to be sold and read by everyone into the bookshelf. So don't forget to comment, to share, to like, and to subscribe. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching. Thank you for all your questions and your comments. And I will make videos that follow up and respond to any of the questions that you have. So see you on the next video. Bye.